Look who's back with us now. Fox News medical contributor, Dr. Marc Siegel. Hey, it's great to have you on, Doctor. What was your reaction when you heard Dr. Fauci saying essentially the CDC is above the law, that the courts have no right to overrule the CDC on health decisions like mask mandates?
Well, I don't think anybody's above the law, right? That's a famous line, and certainly the CDC is not. And I think Dr. Fauci missed the point here, which is the federal judge was asking, Liz, according to Jonathan Turley, who was on my radio show today, the famed legal scholar that you know well, he says the federal judge was simply asking for an explanation, which she didn't get. So then she made a ruling. And now the thing gets deeper, because if the Department of Justice gets involved and the whole thing goes, blows up, the CDC could end up with its power limited. I don't think anybody questions that the CDC has the power to actually, figure out if we're in a situation where we're at danger, where there's international danger or danger from state to state of a public contagion, that they can actually make mandates. The question is, they have to justify it. Have they studied this, Liz?
Yeah,
no.
That's right.
Have they studied the Omicron variant on planes to see whether masks help? No. And what about the kind of masks that are being used?
So
these cloth masks around your chin don't work at all.
So that's in violation of the Administrative Act, right? That you're supposed to justify the rule and put it out for public notice and review. But, Press Secretary Jen Psaki also said the courts should not get involved. And then it's about keeping and preserving the power of the CDC. What does it mean to have an all-powerful health bureaucracy you can't challenge? I mean, one critic said, what are you going to do, mandate chemotherapy or radiation?
No, of course the federal courts are there to have a way to check and balance the situation. That's the whole nature of the courts. And any kind of rule like this needs to be under scrutiny. And the point here is that it was specific to an idea that hasn't been proven. And by the way, I am not questioning whether masks work. I wear an N95 in the office. I wear a KN95 in the airport. I believe, that people that are at risk should consider masks. The question is the mandate working? Is it working when somebody's eating the entire flight? Is it working when there's no COVID on the plane? And is it working when planes themselves have been studied and found to be places where respiratory viruses almost never spread? None of that is being answered or addressed.
What do you make of the mask confusion now? I mean, CDC already removed its mask recommendations for people in low-risk U.S. counties based on hospitalizations. You got Philadelphia suddenly doing a 180, saying we're going to lift the mask mandates. They reinstated it a few days ago. L.A. County has it back on for public transit, right? So there's confusion about what's going on with this.
I think that there's hypocrisy going on, and there's no consistency. And I love that you brought up Philadelphia, Liz, and L.A. Let's look at Philadelphia. Follow the science. Okay, one day the science says one thing, and the next day it says the next thing. Well, wait a minute. Monday they said mask mandate indoors. Friday it's gone. 323 cases, only 0 deaths. What was wrong with Monday? Why Monday and now Friday different? There's no science at all. They should stick to cheesesteaks in Philadelphia. And as far as Los Angeles is concerned, also completely ridiculous. 14 deaths in L.A. County, and they're back with the masks. There's no consistency to the policies across the country.
I actually
and that's
like
the problem.
Philly cheesesteak.
People won't believe you. People won't believe you.
Yeah, we hear you. Getting back to Dr. Fauci, right? I mean, he touted and praised China's total lockdowns. Now China is seizing and confiscating passports until after the pandemic, right? And he's flip-flopped on a lot of issues: masking, mandatory vaccinations. He dissembled and misled on the NIH funding that dangerous gain-of-function research in Chinese labs. And then he admitted in testimony his agency doesn't even track the money. So I don't know. We've been really through it. We went through history here with this doctor living through this pandemic. Can we survive the next one? I mean, this isn't over, right? I mean, we could be hit with another one. And did we learn any lessons here?
These two big lessons that you just pointed out that we need to learn is that gain-of-function research is dangerous, and that provoking viruses, whether it led to this pandemic or not, could lead to a pandemic. And it is on the table that it might have been involved with this one. And lockdowns, we did not look at, and certainly Dr. Fauci did not look at the idea of the cost of a lockdown. Very little benefit, because you're locking poor people down together. They spread the virus. But what about all the mental health damage and the physical damage and the lack of public health screenings and the economy going into the tank?
Yeah,
Forget about it. Look what's happening in China.
22 million jobs destroyed. And for the president to keep saying, you know, I created 7 million jobs, that's because the shutdowns went away and the economy opened back up. Right? So, I mean, that's like again, I hate this, but it's like the rooster taking credit for the sun going up. Okay, Dr. Marc Siegel, thanks for joining us again. You'll come back again soon.
It's why everyone's moving to Florida, Liz. Absolutely.
Okay.
Good to be on with you.
We hear you.